I'm about to show you how being super lazy makes me $45,000 per month. And no, I don't mean sit around and hope lazy. I mean 1 hour a day, zero stress, max profits lazy. So I used to treat trading kind of like a full-time job. I used to analyze the charts for hours, and I was always searching for that perfect setup, only to end up overworked, underpaid, and questioning my life choices. But then I realized something wild. The less I traded, the more money I made. And now I only trade one session. That's New York session, because who the hell is awake for London session anyway? And I'm done with trading in under an hour. Sounds kind of too good to be true, right? Well, there is a catch. Your brain will try to sabotage you. You see, most traders don't quit because of bad strategies. They quit because they failed to sit on their hands. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to trade like a lazy genius, including the exact lazy strategy I use to make $45,000 per month. And if you watch the video all the way to the end, I'll share the one tool that makes trading this strategy a lazy trader's dream. Right, so let me show you how a lazy person trades. Essentially, all I'm doing is trading the NASDAQ for about an hour a day at a specific time. So you can trade the NASDAQ or NQ if you're trading futures, doesn't actually matter. It's basically the same chart. So essentially, all I'm doing, okay, is I am marking out the 4-hour zones that could potentially serve as barriers for my trades. So I just want to be aware of them. It's not a huge part of the strategy. I just want to be aware of them so that I'm not trading into a brick wall on the 4-hour. Then on the 5-minute, that's when things really get spicy. We mark out the range on the 5-minute that's just occurred just before New York Open. So the times that we trade this trade is at New York Open, okay? And that is 9:30 EST, okay? Now, if you're gonna ask me in the comments, what time is that in Panama or some obscure place? Please don't, rather just Google it, because it's super easy to Google 9:30 EST in wherever you're from, all right? Super simple. Then basically on the 5-minute, I'm looking for that range. And then once the range is formed, so say this is your range here, I'm looking for price to break out and then continue forward. Okay, that's literally all I'm looking for. We also take note of the 50 SMA, okay, the 50 simple moving average. I'm only gonna take buys above and sells below, okay? Buys above and sells below, right? I also prefer to be pointing in the direction I'm taking the trade in, right? Then what we do is we enter with a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio with a stop loss of about 20 pips, okay? Between 20 and 25 pips, we use 25 pips when volatility is crazy, all right? And that's the whole freaking strategy. Oh, one other thing. We go break even at 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, okay? So we put the stop loss at entry, protecting our profit, protecting our account, okay? So that's the whole strategy. So let's have a look at an example. Basically, this example played out yesterday completely live on the NASDAQ, and I'll show you a recording of that a bit later. But essentially what happened here and what I was looking for is the 4-hour, we had this marked on as our 4-hour zone. You can see we've had reactions all over here. It's a place that's been a significant turnaround in the market, okay? We then looked for a lower zone to kind of sandwich where price is at, and we can clearly see that price has created a V shape here. It's reacted here as well, and there's been multiple reactions here, okay? So those are my 4-hour zones. Again, it's simply just a framework for me to trade within, so that if I'm taking, for example, sells, I'm not going to take it if I'm down here and I'm about to smash into this wall. Currently, we are up here, so we would want to be a bit cautious, but there's potentially some space to take trades over here if you zoom in. As long as we've got about 25 to 40 pips to get our break even or hit our TP, then we're good to go. Now next, I'm looking for the range that has developed either just after the open or just before open, and all that really is finding a place where price has been bouncing, okay, which you can clearly see has been happening here. Now you can see the
range would be roughly here from the top of this here. So let me draw that on to roughly the average of the bodies of the candles. Then you can choose to either have the bottom of your range here or down here. It doesn't really matter too much. In this particular example, we're breaking out to the top anyways. Then obviously we observe that price is above the 50 moving average, so we are good to go on buys. It isn't pointing upwards. However, I will note that in this particular trade example that happened yesterday, price had been trending upwards and the 50 SMA had been trending upwards since before Tokyo session. So that's a sign that I like to see, okay? And essentially what I'm looking for now is for price to break above this area. It must break and it must close. I do not accept candle wicks. It must close above that zone, which as you can see here, it closes above the zone. Okay, and then we're going to enter with a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio, like I was saying, and then we're going to go break even at 1-to-1. Okay, and then essentially the trade after price had broken and closed above, we then entered the trade as it came to retest here, and it pushed all the way back up in one candle. And before you tell me, Ethan, that's not a real trade, that doesn't really happen. Well, I'm going to attach the recording of us taking it live in front of about 60 to 70 people in our private Discord. Now, if you want to join our public Discord group, you can click the link in the description below. And I go live in there every single day and share my exact game plan of what I'm planning to do in the market, as well as guide you along your journey, give you advice, do Q&As every single day. So make sure you join, and I will share the exact trades that I'm planning to get into. Now, you might still say to me, well, I'm still kind of late. I'm still going to overthink this, okay? I'm going to get in here, and then I still have to wait around and watch price, and I'm going to maybe take my trade off early and try and just leave with profits, even though it's not the full take profit, and my edge isn't gonna play out. And that's true. A lot of people struggle with, taking profit early or overthinking and moving their stop loss early, things like this. And it's something that I've seen in my community a lot. So again, when we manage these trades, we go break even at 1-to-1. And we have our take profit set here, okay, and we have our stop loss set here. What if you could just put this in to some kind of software and click buy or sell, and it does it all for you exactly the same each time with one click of a button? So basically what we did was we developed a software that did this. I just click buy or sell, it calculates the lot size for me. It also sets my stop loss to the entry point automatically once we hit our 1-to-1, okay? That software isn't available to you, unfortunately. It's just for my private group. However, there is some other software that I found that does do the same thing that you can access. This one's called Trade Manager. It does exactly the same thing. So you can literally just put your stop loss that you want, your take profit that you want in pips, okay? And then you can also set it so that it automatically goes break even once you hit 1-to-1 risk reward or hits a pip value. So you can use this software to do the exact same thing, meaning you don't need to think at all. You just click buy or you click sell, and then you leave and do whatever the hell you want. It's that easy. You don't check on it, you come back a couple hours later, see, ooh, I won, I made profit, cool. Or it hit break even, or it hit a stop loss. That's all you have to do. And if you can do that every single day, spend 40 minutes and just click buy or sell, you will make money, especially if you're following a strategy that has proven results like this and has an actual edge. So once again, that's my full lazy blueprint of how I make 45K per month. Again, if you want to join the Discord for free, click the link in the bio down below. And I'll see you all in there on my live streams every single day. Cheers, everyone. Thank you very much for watching.